Good evening, everyone. I'm coming on with another cooking scope and showing you that I made a different kind of bread this time. It's got pumpkin in it. Hi, Alexis. Those are coming on. This is a pumpkin flax bread. It's got flax meal in it. And it, as you can see, it turned out really good. It just came out of the oven no more than 10 minutes ago, so I wanted to cut a little bit off. Hi, Arlene. I wanted to cut a little bit off to show you what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, it's really pretty. It was in one loaf pan and it rose pretty high. I was surprised it really did, that it rose as high as it did. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Yeah, doesn't it, though? Oh, so do I. And I found this on allrecipes.com, and I thought that I would go ahead and make it. It's simple enough, but like I said, there's a lot of prep work to it because you have to take and you have to have two separate bowls for your wet ingredients and two separate for your separate one for your dry, and you have to add the dry to the wet. The temperature was 350 for the oven. Hi, good to see you. 350 for 70 minutes. So I didn't want to come in until I had it all made, and I could cut a little bit off. I cut it off when it just got out of the oven. Well, that's not a real good idea because it's a little harder to cut, but I did get through it because I wanted to see what the inside looks. Yeah, 70 minutes. Well, that's what my zucchini bread took too, 70 minutes to bake. So, doesn't it though? Hi, good to see you. Yes, it has. It's been a real long time. But you know, I love doing these cooking scopes, and every time I do it, I really am having the best fun ever teaching you how to make things. And Alexis does that every day, and show you how to make things in your home. You know, you can make things yourself if you really put your mind to it, because at least when you make it yourself, and Alexis can attest to this, you make it yourself, you don't have to guess what the ingredients are. You already know. In fact, I'm going to post this up on Facebook, but I'll tell you what I did put in, what it does have into it. This is a picture I posted. I mean, I don't have any color, so I made it in black and white. But it has 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal, 6 tablespoons of water, 1.5 cups of sugar. Now, I used cane sugar. 1 cup of canned pumpkin puree, and that was organic. 1/2 cup of applesauce, 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour. How do you find me on Facebook? I have a Facebook group, but if you want to go to my group, it's Karen's Vegan Heaven. But other than that, my name is Karen Watterson on Facebook. So just search that, you'll find it. But Karen's Vegan Heaven is my Facebook group. I have 180 people in there. It seems like come and go. It's a group. It's a vegan group. It's Karen's Vegan Heaven. It's for vegan recipes. And there's Alexis is a member of it. There's quite a few members of it. Yes, that's it. Karen's Vegan Heaven. That's exactly right. And you have to ask to be approved, and I'll approve you. I had to resort to changing my settings. Okay, thank you. I had to resort to changing my settings and make it so people can't just post any old thing in there, because people were posting things in there that had nothing to do with recipes. So I had to put it on where they have to be approved, and if it's not approved, it gets deleted. I didn't see what that comment was. And yeah, I had to. I didn't want to, Alexis, but they almost forced me to, because people were posting things in there that had nothing to do with vegan recipes. They were posting things religious, which is okay, but if they want religious stuff posted, they start a religious group. That's what they, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you just joined? Okay, good. When I get off of here, I will approve you. Okay, good. I'll look for you. But you have to do what you have to do. I mean, people were coming in there and posting things that were not even recipes. They didn't want. I don't know what they wanted to do. They wanted to post their own thing, and I won't allow that. But when Erlene had her party, Alexis posted things on there in the party. That was fine, because that had to do with food. But people are posting things in there that don't have anything to do with food, and it was kind of upsetting. So I had to do what I had to do. So I have to approve all posts now. And Erlene has to do the same thing. So don't get upset if you post something and I don't get back to you right away. It hasn't been approved, because I don't know what's going on there, you know, every minute of the day. So I check it every once in a while. So if I don't check it right away and you don't get approved right away, that doesn't mean you're not going to get approved. So you just have to bear with me and hang in there, because I'll get to you when I can. But anyway, okay, I'll continue with these. I got up to the whole wheat flour, and then you have a teaspoon of baking soda. Of course, we don't use baking soda because it has aluminum in it. So does baking powder. So I have a substitute that that's called EnerG. So I use that. And now we don't use cinnamon either. So instead of cinnamon, I use cardamom. And 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then I've got baking powder is another thing. I use the EnerG on that. Oh, I can ask everyone 3 questions. Oh, I never thought about doing that. You know, I probably could. But see, I set the rules up on there. Some of the rules were already made, but then I added some rules to it. And people are asking to join without checking the rules to see what the rules really are. And you know, it doesn't really bother me where they live. I've got people that have joined my Facebook group that I've never seen them. I've never talked to them on Facebook before, and I took a chance. Most of them are okay. What kind of type of diet do you follow? Oh, that's a good one, Alexis. Yeah, that's a real good one. And yeah, that's right, Periscope. There you go, Alexis. That makes sense. I never thought about doing that, but you know, I could do that. I could set that up that way, but you know, I didn't want to have to go that route. But when people are not posting what they're supposed to, and they literally post something totally different, you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. Oh, I can create a poll. Yeah, maybe I should do that. You know. But you know something? It's like I said, if they want to post something outside of vegan recipes, start their own group and post there. People will be happy to post into it, if it, you know, religion or whatever it might be. But don't put it into a vegan food group. It'd be the same thing if somebody did that to you, Alexis. It's annoying as heck, because you're expecting people in there to post recipes in there. And you know I always post mine in there. And if they start posting anything in there that's not recipes, you don't have to tolerate it. You just don't tell them, you know, you're not going to accept it. You're going to post your recipe later? Oh, cool. That's true. That's okay, Alexis. Yes, I know that you're not a vegan, and you respect me for that. You know, although I do post my vegan recipes, but you know, a lot of the stuff that you make can be made vegan anyway, or you can always substitute. You know, in fact, you can take this recipe yourself and you can put everything in it that's on the recipe and make it your own. You can use the baking powder, the baking soda, whatever. You know, and it's also got ground nutmeg and ground cloves, which I put that in there too. You know, I have never found that, Alexis. I don't know where to find it. I really, maybe I'll find it come this summer at a fruit stand, maybe. Jackfruit, I've heard. I've seen what they look like. I've seen other people show them on Periscope. They're humongous fruits. I do not know what they taste like. I've never had them before. I don't know if they're sweet or what they are. Oh, an Asian store, that sounds about right. In the veggie section, okay. Oh, but I know Walmart doesn't have it, because I go to Walmart quite frequently and I've never seen it there. I doubt as they've ever had it, and they probably never will have it. So, but you know, I don't really, to tell you the truth, Alexis, I wouldn't know what to do with the jackfruit if I did buy it. I don't know what to make with it, to be honest with you. So that's kind of why I hesitate even trying to look for one. Oh, it does come in cans too? Oh. Okay. Oh, tacos. We don't have a Myers here. We have a Albertsons. I haven't tried Albertsons. Check there. You know, we have a Winco and Albertsons and Fred Meyer, which is which is the same thing as Kroger's. But I'll have to check and see. But like I said, I don't know the first things about jackfruit. Beans or apple butter. I would not know what to make with it. I do not know how to fix it. That's probably Whole Foods, but I wouldn't know how to fix it. So there, I'm kind of a little dry behind the ears on that one, or a little green if you want to say. I've never made anything with it, so I kind of hesitate even trying it. I'm afraid that I might not do it. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Blessings to you, too. This is my pumpkin flax bread that I made. I cut it and showed you what the inside looks like. I cut it right after it came out of the oven. It was kind of hard to cut, but I did get it made. But it's real good. It's a lot of prep work. It takes a lot more prep work to get it ready than it does to, for it to bake and everything, Plus, it takes 70 minutes to bake, but I mean, it's a lot of prep work, but I was willing to stand here and do it, and it's not real hot right now. I got the fan blowing on me, so it's okay, but I wanted to make this before it got real hot, because we can get 95, 100-degree days, and I'm certainly not going to stand over my stove then, and do that. Oh, you were never a meat eater before you... Oh, well, you're good. That's good for me. I did eat meat. I ate it sparingly, but I didn't eat it 2 or 3 times. Now, there are some people that will eat meat 2 or 3 times a day. I don't know how they can, but, if they do, that's them. I ate it maybe once a day, and I tried not to have it every day, but now that I've gotten rid of it completely, I make my own, you make your own meats, and make black bean burgers and tofu burgers and things like that. At least I know what is in it. Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, I did meat for a very long time too. Here's my pumpkin flax bread. As you can see, I cut into it to show you, so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? It really, and I know people probably say, why pumpkin? I love pumpkin. And this is very moist. And I don't really think that you have to save pumpkin just specifically for Thanksgiving or Christmas for that matter. You can fix it all year round. I happen to have cans sitting here. Thought, well, I might as well open up a can and take a cup out and measure it. Oh, and I love those measure-all cups. I was having fun using the measure-all cups for this stuff. I love that. It's a little tricky getting the darn thing back in there, though, once you wash it. But I figured out how to do it. You got to kind of squeeze it to get it back in there because it doesn't want to go in too well. But I was having the most fun with that. It took me a little time to figure out how to use it. But once I started using it, I love it. I love those measure-all. They are so cool. I mean, it saves you getting all those... Oh, does it get easier? Oh, good. Because I know it's brand new, so I suppose that's why. But I love using it. It saves using my other measuring cups, and I still use the measuring spoons, those ones that you slide back and forth. It sure does. It pushes it right out. It makes it a lot easier to wash it. I noticed that. It takes it much easier. You don't have to, because the regular measuring cups, you got to take it out with a scraper or a spoon, whatever, and then you got to scrape that out afterwards to make sure you got it all. Don't have to worry about it this time. It just gets it all, pushes it right on out. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad I got those because they're really handy. They really are. But those that are coming in can see that I made some pumpkin flax bread. Yeah, I do too, Arlene. They are really cool to have. Yeah, you're welcome, Alexis. I mean, those were very well made. I really like them. And I mean, I've got regular measuring cups, but I figured, why use them if I don't have to use the measure-all, because I can just set it for whatever I need it for, whether it's a cup and a half or whatever, just push it down, measure it, fill it up, and then put it in turn it upside down in the bowl and get it out. Don't waste anything. I've noticed that. You don't waste anything. With regular measuring cups, you're going to waste it. Yeah, that's one thing too. Peanut butter is the hardest things to get out of measuring cups. I haven't used peanut butter in them yet, but I'm assuming once I do, it'll be a lot easier, because I got regular measuring cups. I use peanut butter, put peanut butter in, and boy, I struggle to get the darn peanut butter out of there, but you don't have to worry about that now. It comes out real easy. It makes it makes it simple. You know, those tools like that come in real handy. You know, I bought this cooling rack the other day so I could put bread on it. Oh, yeah, I figured you did. You did when you made the fudge and everything. And Erlene did post my fudge up on her page. And I still got a few pieces of my fudge left, but I'm slowly getting it gone. I keep it in the refrigerator, but it still looks really good. And I mean, it tastes good. It's nice and soft. Of course, I keep it covered into a, you know, a dish, but it's nice and soft. And this is what I'm going to make again. Take it for probably a meal at church or whatever, potluck at church. But make your own foods as much as possible. If you make your own foods, at least you know what's in it, and you're not scratching your head or you're not wondering, well, what is in here? Or you don't have to look at the ingredients because you already know. I look at the ingredients and the products at the store religiously because they are just loaded with chemicals that you do not put into your body, or you shouldn't anyway. You know, very few things in the store are 4 and 5 ingredients. Most of them have a long list of ingredients with real long chemical names that you can't pronounce. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you can't pronounce it, don't put it in your body, because you do not know what that chemical is going to do to you, where it came from, or anything like that. Like the carrageenan. Some people can't pronounce that very well. But my daughter was eating stuff with carrageenan, and I told her about the carrageenan. So she said now she's going to be careful not to buy anything with carrageenan in it. Because I didn't see you in here, Tasha. Welcome back. Good to see you. That I was telling her what the carrageenan does, so she is be careful now. And there's something I found out the other day, and it's best not to buy ice cream in the store if you can help it. Make your own, because you know what they put in it? Propylene glycol. If you know what propylene glycol is, that's antifreeze. That's what they put in the, maybe just in minute bits of it, but still, why would you want to eat something with propylene glycol in it? Oh, hi, good to see you, Marilyn. Welcome. I would not want to eat any ice cream that has propylene glycol. I didn't know that had that in there. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's best to make your own. You won't have to worry about the propylene glycol. Chocolate ice cream with vanilla, strawberry, or whatever you want to make. You make your own. You don't have to worry about it. It's getting hot, and that's what I'm going to be doing, is making ice cream on my, and enjoying it. And here's my pumpkin flax bread for those that are wondering. It's got quite a few ingredients in it, but it's simple to make. It's going to take me a little time to get this posted up on Facebook, but it's simple to make. A little prep work involved because you have to use 2 bowls, one for the liquids and one for the solids. And then you have to put the flour mixture. Oh, thank you. It does, doesn't it? Then you have to put your flour mixture into the wet mixture and stir it around real good, and then put it in a 9x5 loaf pan. I have a glass loaf pan. This is what I used, and it works real well. Just grease it real well, and I probably should have floured it because I had a little hard time getting it out, but I greased it real good with coconut oil. Went around the whole thing, put coconut oil. As you can see, it rose pretty well. Look at it. I mean, it's real. I've already tasted a little bit of it. I was tasting a little bit of it before I put it in the oven. Shame on me, huh? I was looking at it off the spoon. I wanted to see what it tasted like, the batter. I thought, wow. Yes, parchment paper. That's right. You can use parchment paper too. You know something? I love parchment paper. That stuff is a blessing, Man, I don't know who invented that stuff, but boy, they knew what they were doing when they invented that, because, man, nothing sticks to it. Nothing sticks to it at all, because on my fudge I use parchment paper, and I never had a problem with the fudge sticking. I got it off real easy to cut it, and I put it back. It's just so nice. I do use that on the cookie sheets, even if it doesn't say to put parchment paper down. I do it because it makes it a lot easier to get the cookies off. Because I have had problems before where they want to stick to the cookie sheet, Oh, they have it at the dollar store? Wow. But I've got it in rolls, and I've also got it, ones that pre-cut that are for cookie sheets. But I use parchment paper a lot whenever it calls for it, because I love the stuff, And I know Alexis uses it too. I mean, you just have to be diligent and seek things out and see what you can do. to make things and make it your own. You know, take a recipe and tweak it. You might have to put something in it that you want to add to it, or take something out that you may not like. That's what I do with these recipes. I kind of make it my own, because this one has cinnamon in it. It has baking powder and baking soda. I left them out and I did my substitute. I put cardamom in for cinnamon, and I put the EnerG, the substitute for baking powder, baking soda in there. Yeah, that's right. Make it your own. That makes it more unique that way. And you know, when you've made the recipe your own, it's like it's your own recipe. You know, you post it up on Facebook or whatever, and people can tweak it to their liking as well. They can put everything back in it, because what I do is when I... Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. The thing of it is, there are some things that I don't like. But if I see a recipe that somebody puts it in there, I leave it out. Like if somebody puts mushrooms in something, I don't care for mushrooms. I'll leave them out, because I don't feel I have to put mushrooms in, or I can substitute for something else. You know, you just make it your own. Do what you need to do to make it your own, and you eat it and fix it the way you like it, because you're going to like something that maybe nobody else will. You know, and when Leslie makes her foods, now what she made today, I could easily take and probably make it vegan if I wanted to, because she put eggs inside of mushrooms. Well, I don't eat either one, but I could make something myself similar to that if I wanted to. It's just real easy to take a recipe, tweak it to your liking, make it your own, and add to it what you need to. Take out what you don't want and what you can't have. That's what I do. I take everything out that I don't like, and I add stuff into it that I might like. This recipe, I just changed a few things around, but other than that, everything that's in here is here. You know, I put everything in it that was in the recipe. Welcome to those coming in. Here's my, as you can see, my pumpkin flax. I cut the end off so that you can see what it looks like. My pumpkin flax bread. I think it really looks really good. It's very tasty too. Put this back on a little bit, but it's really tasty. I've already tasted a little bit of it. It tastes really, really good. Really good. And I don't feel that you have to take and save, you know, Thanksgiving for your pumpkin. You really shouldn't have to. I don't see why you have to. You know, it's not necessary. I'm going to get a container for this. Just a minute. Get a container and put that in here, and you probably can see it there, because I don't want it drying out on me. These are real good containers, airtight containers that I bought at Walmart. And I'll just stick it in here, there, and you can see it that way. And I could put the lid on, you could probably still see it. But take a recipe and tweak it to your liking, make it your own. And if you like something, put it in there. If you don't like something, take it out and put something else in it. Oh, you're not a big fan of pumpkin puree? Well, yes, probably an acquired taste. The pumpkin puree, what I used is organic. It's not the pumpkin pie mix. You don't want to get that mixed up, because the pumpkin pie mix is what you bake your pumpkin pie out of, and it's already got everything into it, your sugar and everything. This is just raw pumpkin that's been pureed and put into a can, and I've got quite a bit of it sitting around here, and I just use it. Because then I thought, well, what can I use this pumpkin for? So when I saw this recipe, I thought, wow, I'm going to make this pumpkin bread. Because I like making my own bread. You know, like I said, I've got a bread machine, but that's like a lazy man's way out. And I don't use it that often anyway. But you have noticed the last couple loaves I've made, like the zucchini bread and this bread, they don't use yeast. Because yeast is not real good. It's active dry yeast. I don't use it. If I can find a recipe that doesn't have yeast and it'll still rise, I'm going to make it that way. Leave the yeast out and maybe substitute something, because we know bread takes yeast. But go on allrecipes.com. If you've ever been on there, you find, oh my goodness, thousands and thousands of recipes. I can look for hours and start printing out left and right what I want to make. because there's a lot on there. Welcome to those coming in. I did put my bread in the container, but you can still see it because I did cut it. You can see because I didn't want it drying out. But it's very, very good. I took the recipe, tweaked it to myself, and like I said, Alexis can take this recipe and she can make it just the way what the recipe calls for if she wants to. She doesn't have to change a thing, you know. That's what's so nice about these recipes. They're geared for everybody. Oh, thank you, thank you. You know, it wasn't easy at first because I was so used to eating a certain way. And then all of a sudden, I changed my eating habits. And at first, I wondered if I could really do it, if I could stick to it. But I thought, well, I've got to give it a try. I can't just give up and just, you know, maybe go a month or two and say, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. I have stuck it out. It's been over a year, and I'm still going, and I'm going to keep on going. Like I said, there's going to be probably a stopping point where it's only going to go so far, and it's not going to go any further. You know, I'll have to accept that. But as long as I can lose a little bit of weight here and there, you know, and it's going to fluctuate up and down. It's going to, you know, I'm going to gain a little and I'm going to lose a little. But as long as I can get it off, that's what I want to do. I want to get it off and keep on going down as much as I can. I sure do. I sure do. If you are following me on Facebook or Periscope, you follow me on Periscope, I did a zucchini bread recipe last week. I think it was. Just go into my profile and look at my zucchini bread recipe, and it tells you exactly the ingredients I put in it. I took a picture of it. I showed you exactly what it looks like. It is very, very moist. I love this zucchini now, and I've only learned to like zucchini just a short time ago. My daughter-in-law couldn't even believe it. She says, "You've never had zucchini before?" She says, "I have it all the time." I says, "No, I never did care. I know it's from the cucumber family, but I'd never had it before." And I thought, well, I'm just going to find a recipe for zucchini and just put it in something. And I've even put it in salads. It's not bad at all, so I like it. But I've got a zucchini. It's got flax seeds in it. It's a real good bread. In fact, I've got some of it left, and I can show you the one that asked about it. I can show you the zucchini bread that I made. Yeah, I can show you. This is I'll take it out of here. I keep it in an airtight container. This is the zucchini flax bread. See what does flax? See those seeds on top? Those are flax seeds. This is very, very moist, and it is absolutely delicious. I keep it in this airtight container because I don't want anything happening to it. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. But that is my zucchini bread, and I've almost got it gone. I had 2 loaves, and I ate the other loaf up. Now I got that one to finish. I started on that one. Now I've got this one to eat on too. But you know, it doesn't take me long. But if you ever want recipes, just ask me now. Oh, it is. Believe me, it is. Hi, good to see you. Welcome, Marilyn. It is. It's very filling, really. Here's my pumpkin flax bread. It's kind of I'll take the lid off if you want to see it, but I put it in here to kind of keep it from drying out. It's a tight lid, but you can see it's been cut, and it looks really good. I don't want it drying out, and it's got quite a few ingredients in it. But I can make it. Oh, doesn't it though? It is really good because I can make it I've made it my own, Marilyn. I took things out that I don't eat, and I put things in that I do. That's one good thing about recipes. You take them, fix them, adjust them to your liking. Oh, it's one of your favorites? Oh, yeah, you do. But the zucchini bread, this was the zucchini flax bread that I made last week. Was also found on allrecipes.com. I find a lot of recipes on there, and I print them out, and then I make the recipe. Oh, it's nice to meet you too, and thank you for joining my Periscope. Welcome. I do a lot of cooking scopes. I do other scopes besides this. I do prophecy scopes, but I like to do a lot of cooking scopes because I draw a lot of people in here. I like to make things vegan because I'm a vegan. However, I have some people in here that are not vegan. That's fine. They can take the recipe and they can fix it to suit themselves. They don't have to make it vegan. Oh, you like cooking? Oh, good. You love bread? Yeah. You're vegan too? Wonderful. Well, you've come to the right place because I make vegan recipes. You follow me on Periscope, you can go into my profile and you can see recipes that I've made. I made a zucchini flax bread last week. This has also got flax in it, but not flax seeds, it's got flax meal. So just follow me and you'll see some of the recipes that I've made. I also take them and I post them up on YouTube as well, because I do have followers on YouTube that do not follow me on Periscope. So I put them up there for those people to watch them as well. But I like doing this because I'm having the best time ever. Since I've been on my vegan lifestyle, I have really learned how to make a lot more things than I ever made before. I never cooked much before, but now that I'm on this vegan lifestyle, or plant-based if you want to call it, I just have the best fun ever, simply cooking. Although I don't like it when it's real hot outside. I don't want to spend too long over the stove because it's hot. Right now I've got a fan on me because my air conditioning broke. I don't have an air conditioner here, so I keep a fan on me. But right now I'm fine. It's not too hot. But when it gets real hot, I certainly don't want to be standing over my stove, especially if it's got a lot of ingredients in it and standing there for hours. Alexis knows what I mean about that. You're not planning on standing over the stove for hours and hours and hours. You want to get made what you need to get made and do what you have to do to your day. And yesterday I took the afternoon and was cleaning out my refrigerator, which was much needed. And I was having fun with that. I guess you could say it's fun. Cleaning is never really fun, but it's a necessary part of life. You have to do it anyway. But I would rather make things like this than clean any day, because it's something I love doing. It makes me happy to come in here and cook for everyone. And yeah, fun sometimes. I think it depends on what you're cleaning, But otherwise, cleaning out refrigerators or cleaning out toilets, that's not my forte, but it has to be done. I don't enjoy that job at all, but you gotta do it. So I do it. I call it a necessary evil. That's really what I call it. Something you have to do. But cooking is something I love to do. It's not because I want to do it, because I love to do it. Cleaning, I don't love it, but it's something I have to do. See, there's a difference. I don't love it, but oh yeah, I know. It's you gotta make a happy medium. So when I get done doing what I have to do, then I just sit down for a while and figure out what else I want to do. Find things to do. And keep myself occupied. But something. Cooking as much as I have, this keeps me occupied because I'm always finding recipes on the computer. I sit there pretty much throughout the day looking for recipes. And when I find a recipe, I print it out or save it on my iPad so I can bring the iPad in here and take the recipe off of it. Either way, but I have the best fun looking for recipes. I do have a sauteed cashew recipe I want to do one of these days. I was going to do it today, but I'll probably wait and maybe do it. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week sometime. I got it on allrecipes.com as well. Sauteed cashews. I believe it was on there. Or 3ABN, I'm not sure which. But anyway, it's a different kind of recipe. I've never had sauteed cashews. Somebody was saying it's a Haitian recipe. They eat it in Haiti. Well, I'm not Haitian, but I can learn to like other stuff. Oh, I know what you mean there. Yeah, I know. Prices of foods are really high. But I found out that if I make my own foods, cuts back on my grocery bill. It's not near as bad when I make them myself. You buy processed foods in the store, you're going to spend a lot of money for them. And what are you getting? Nothing but a lot of chemicals. I mean, it may taste good going down, but how's it going to affect you after it gets there? I mean, it may give you a terrible bellyache and you don't realize it. people are so sick because of the way they're eating, because they're not thinking before they put stuff in their mouth. Well, it can be, Marilyn. It can be, depending on if you go organic. Yeah, it can be expensive. No, I don't buy everything organic, but I try to buy organic when I can. But they say health is wealth. You know, I'm finding that I'm better off. I'm feeling better. People are telling me I'm looking better. So by me going vegan, that was the best choice I ever made. Like I said, going vegan or eating organic is not for everybody. It's not everybody's going to adapt to it, and that's fine. You know, I don't expect everybody to adapt to it. Oh, you don't like meat, so that's why you eat vegan. That's a good reason. That's a very good reason. Up until a little over a year ago, I ate meat. Like I said, I ate meat, I ate cheese, I drank milk, I ate eggs. But once I started on this plant-based journey, I gave it all up. And it was not an easy thing to do at first, but I decided I better do it for my health. If I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to feel better and I wanted to look better, I better do it, because I wasn't losing weight. I was gaining weight, and I thought, I don't like the way I look. I've got to do something about it. So now that I've got it down to a happy medium, I like it. I'm going to have to step away for just a minute. Seems like I gotta come on here. My nose likes to attack me. But anyway, I love making simple recipes. This is actually simple. As you can see, it's got quite a few ingredients to it. It takes a little while to make it, but it's very good in the end. Well, you know, it takes time. You want to go at it gradual. I went off of everything cold turkey. I didn't go off, well, actually, I think I'll take that back. I went off of meat first, and I was still eating cheese, and I was still drinking dairy milk. So after I got off the meat, then I decided, well, I'm going to get rid of them out of my diet too. So then I finally went cold turkey on everything. And I couldn't be happier. I've learned how to live, how to eat now, and my daughter-in-law and family, my son and the grandkids, they've been vegetarians for a while now. They don't eat meat, but they still drink milk and they eat cheese, because my daughter-in-law had a terrible cancer scare. She was stage 3 cancer with breast cancer, and we almost lost her. Well, from that point on, she decided that she was not going to eat meat ever again. So she has not touched any meat. Well, for right now, but eventually you'll probably give up on your chicken too. I did eat a lot of chicken as well, but I've been cleaning like I said, I cleaned my fridge out. I cleaned some of my freezer out as well, and I was throwing away foods that I don't eat anymore, hamburger and chicken and stuff like that. I threw it out in the garbage, and it's sitting out there ready for them to take it tomorrow. I don't eat it, so I might as well just get rid of it. You know, I had stuff in there and froze it up so it wouldn't spoil on me, but you know, when you go cold turkey like I have, you don't want to touch. I didn't want to look at the stuff. I didn't want to see it in there, because I was afraid if I saw it, I would go back to start to eat it. And believe me, it's not easy sometimes to walk past the meat counter in the store and just say, well, I don't need it. I do tell myself I don't need it. It can be very tempting because it's very, very difficult. But I've been doing it so long that it's like second nature to me, that it doesn't really bother me to walk away from it. So I just walk away, and I don't even take a second look at it, and I don't buy it, you know. And like I said, I take everything I buy in the store. I look at the ingredients first to see how many ingredients it has. 3 or 4 ingredients is not bad, but when you get a long list of them like this, and then you can't pronounce the ingredients, you might as well say, forget it. My goodness, those ingredients are harmful. You don't know what they're going to do to your body. I'd rather not put them in my body in the first place. You know, if they're going to harm me, leave them alone. You know. Yes, it does. It does. I don't miss it either. I don't miss it either. And you know something? When you think about that meat and the blood, We're not supposed to be eating the blood of the meat like that. That's not healthy. That's not good for us. And I don't miss not eating it at all. I prefer to make my own burgers, like tofu burgers or bean burgers or whatever. Make my own. I don't have to worry then. I know what's in it because I've made it myself, tweak the recipe for myself. That's what you have to do. You have to tweak it to your liking. I did make some ice cream this morning. Carob ice cream. It's in the freezer right now, and I will get it out and I will show you what it looks like. I am ordering coming from Amazon on Saturday, some insulated containers, because these are not insulated. They are good containers, however. Wow. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Look at that. And it's not real hard either. I'll be able to scoop it out. But I ate some already. You can see it. I've been getting into it. But basically, I just made it in the ice cream maker. It was a simple chocolate recipe. I just took and made carob out of it. And I put some chocolate chips, and I put chocolate chips in it. And you take the base, and you make it first. Then you put it in the refrigerator and leave it set in your refrigerator for a few hours to get cold. And you have to have your freezer bowl nice and cold, which it's in the refrigerator. It's in the freezer right now. It has to be cold, and because that's the only way your ice cream is going to churn in there and make good ice cream. About 25 minutes and it was done. You can only eat vegan ice cream. Well, you know you can take the ice cream and you can make it vegan. That's what I did with this. It called for your regular chocolate. You know, I don't use chocolate. I use carob. I've got carob powder, and it didn't call for chocolate chips. So I decided, well, I'm going to add those at the end. So about 5 minutes before it was done, I put chocolate chips in it. I didn't measure them out. I just put some in there while it's still going, because it's got a lid on it that you can pour stuff into. See this lid? This lid, you pour the stuff through here and into your machine. It's real good. Yeah, you can. You can make everything vegan. When Alexis makes things, I watch her on her replays. I'm thinking, well, I can make that stuff that she's got vegan, because I refuse to put meat and stuff in anything that I eat anymore. Better off. If you get away from meat, you don't have to worry about it, because meat is not healthy. We shouldn't be eating it in the first place. If you think about those poor animals having to give their lives up for us, they've got families too, and they shouldn't have to give their lives up for us like that. You know, they shouldn't have to suffer, but yet they do. So I'm glad that I gave my meat up. So anytime I make ice cream, it's going to be vegan. I'm going to make, the next time I make vanilla ice cream, I'll probably put chocolate chips in the ice cream. You know, my carob chips, I'll just put the carob chips in there and make it vanilla chocolate chip. That's what it called. You know, you can make it yourself. I also bought some peaches yesterday, which I might make a peach ice cream now. I think Erlene, she made a mango ice cream in her ice cream maker, which it absolutely looks delicious. I'll have to try that one too. But you just make everything your own. You take the base, do what they ask in the base, then you just add your own fruits. Add them at the end and make its way. You're hungry now? Well, I'll tell you something. Every time I make something, the day I made my fudge, I was hungry. It was making me hungry looking at it, because I was looking at it every time I was showing it to you. I was seeing it and I'm saying, oh my goodness, I was salivating and getting hungry too. Oh, vegan pancakes. I also make those as well. I've also got a recipe for vegan French toast, which I have periscoped that in the past, which is very, very good. There's a lot of vegan recipes out there. At first I was going on YouTube and finding recipes, but then I kind of got tired of that, and I thought, well, there's got to be recipe websites. So allrecipes.com, they've got a category for vegan recipes. I just click on that with my mouse, and then it takes me to vegan recipes, and then I just go down the pages and I search out what I want, and I save that, or look at the recipe, see if there's anything that I want to make, you know, and if I don't, I go on to the next one. Are you cooking when you're live? Actually, this bread recipe, I didn't. It was already made, and I just showed you how I made it. I have in the past, though. I have I have done cooking scopes, and I've cooked while I was live. I know Bob does, this took too long, so I just decided to make it first and then show you what it looked like. And the next time, maybe when I make ice cream, I can come on the periscope and scope it while it's churning, so you can see what it's doing, because it gets real thick. Because I've got the bowl in the freezer right now, and actually I can make ice cream anytime. It has to freeze about 24 hours, so I can make ice cream anytime, and I can do a periscope and let you see how I'm doing it, and you can watch it and see how it's churning, because it churns it really good. You can see it as I was watching it the whole time, and I saw it get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. Oh, thank you so much. People in here that know me, like Erlene, Marilyn, they know that, and Lisa, they all know that I'm a good Christian lady, and I wouldn't mislead anybody. I don't come in here to do that, and they know that I wouldn't do that. But I love cooking vegan. I know there's a lot of people out there that like vegan recipes. Of course, there's other people that don't. You know, it just depends. You know, but I do this because I'm trying to help others to see that you can be vegan. You can be healthier by going vegan. Although, like I said, it's not for everybody. You're a Christian as well. Wonderful. I do Christian periscopes once in a while too. But I do a lot of cooking scopes. I try to do cooking scopes every day, but I haven't been coming on here every day. Maybe once or twice a week I'll do cooking scopes, depending on what I have to do. So I do that, and I love doing it because it's a lot of fun. And maybe tomorrow or maybe Sunday, I don't know when it is, I might make some ice cream on Periscope and let you look at the ice cream maker and let you see me making the base. It has to go in the refrigerator. Well, it has to go in the refrigerator and has to set up for a couple hours. Oh my goodness, wonderful! Praise the Lord. Oh, thank you, Marilyn, and so do you. You certainly do. I mean, Marilyn, if you're not following her, follow Marilyn, because she's a wonderful Christian gal that she comes on every night, and boy, she's on fire for the Lord. She has got a spirit that I think we all want that spirit. I mean, she's got a lovely spirit. Of course, she gets people in her periscopes that are kind of scoffers and are mean to her, but I try to take care of them for her because I know she doesn't catch them. So, you follow Marilyn as well. Yeah, you know when you see her come on that she's a lovely person, and I take care of the scoffers for her. I try to get rid of as many as I can, you know. But we have to do that. We have to be here for each other. That's why I do this. I'll continue to do this as long as I can because I feel I'm helping other people as well as you know, you're learning from me and I'm learning from you too. We're learning from each other, and that's what it takes to learn from each other. Take these recipes, make them our own, do with them as we choose, make them the way we want to make them to suit us. Now I will tell you this, there have been some recipes that I've made that were flops, and when that happens, I don't even make them again. Oh, he is so good. You know, and I don't make a recipe that's flopped. Erlene can tell you that. She's made many a recipe that's been a flop already. If you die, and you know, basically what it is in the first place is trial and error. That's what it was with my ice cream. It was trial and error because it's the first time I've ever made it in an ice cream maker, and I didn't know how it was going to come out, but it came out fine. And you know, when it comes out fine, it makes me happy. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for saying that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help a lot of people because people need to eat and live better. No, you know, that's true. We're not perfect, and we won't always be. We won't be perfect until we get to heaven. But we can strive for perfection here on this earth. We certainly can. We can strive for perfection. And I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not perfect at all. I mean, far from it. I mean, I've got flaws too. You know, the flaws that I have, you don't see them when I'm on here. But I do have flaws. I think we all do. We all have flaws. But God is working on me on those flaws. That's right. That's how we learn. Exactly. And I come in here to learn from you as well as you learn from me, because I learn from watching other people's comments and seeing what they're having to say. And yeah, we're all human. That's right. And we do make mistakes. Exactly. And we're going to make mistakes. No, I'm not afraid to try a new recipe either. And I figure this way, if it flops, if it ends up being something that I won't make again, at least I tried it. I have done periscopes on here already where the recipes were flops. And I was embarrassed about it, but then I got to realizing, well, I'm not the only one, because Alexis has done scopes already where they didn't turn out, they were flops. I think pancakes or something she was making one time, and they did not turn out at all. So she has flops too. You're gonna have them. You're gonna have your off days, because it's a new recipe. You've never tried it before, and you're not really sure exactly how it's going to work, if it's going to taste good or anything. A lot of times when they're flops, they don't taste good either. So when they're flops, I just take the recipe, toss it. I said, well, I don't need this recipe. I got plenty of other recipes that are good. But I'm not afraid to look for new recipes, try new recipes, something I may like. I've got a lot of recipes that I'll make over and over again. And I never get tired of making the same thing twice, 3 times, 4 times, especially when I like it. Like my fudge, I won't be afraid to make that again because it's so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I never used to cook very much either. When I lived with my aunt, after my mother died, I went to live with my aunt. As I got older, I helped her cook, but she's the one that did most of the work in the kitchen. I really never learned how to cook myself until I was out on my own. Well, actually, I went to live with my dad after I graduated from high school, and he turned the kitchen over to me. He says, well, the kitchen is yours. You go at it. Oh, I made many mistakes, but I learned that way. I learned by doing, you know. And there were some things that he said didn't taste very good, but that's because I was learning how to do it. You know, if you don't do it, you're never going to learn. And if you don't attempt something, you don't know if it's going to turn out or not. You have to be willing to attempt something, even if it doesn't turn out. You know, and like I said, don't be afraid to try something. If you're a cooker and you want to come on Periscope and try to make something that doesn't turn out, don't be embarrassed about it. I know I have been, but we all make mistakes, and people were lenient with me, and they realized that, you know, it's not going to turn out right the first time. You know, it's not going to turn out the same every time. It's going to be a different variation. But I'm still willing to give it a try as much as I can, and try to get it to look good. Yeah, I know what you mean. I have too. Because I don't know about you, but Erlene and I, we hate to waste food. But I've wasted many a food because the recipe did not turn out. I made pancakes one day. They tasted horrible. I had to throw them away. I said, I'm not going to eat these anymore. I mean, I don't eat too many pancakes anyway. I can live without them, because I'd rather have cereal or just toast or a smoothie, which I do have smoothie. I fix it in my Vitamix. This is real good for making smoothies, and I like them. I'll probably go back and make a smoothie again tomorrow. I've been making them the last few days, but every once in a while I'll decide to make a smoothie, and I make it however I want. But you know, but I do like to come in here and show what I've learned and how I've made something, you know, and what I've done to make it, so that you can see it yourself and get everybody else to do it too. Oh, you cheat by pancake mixes. I don't blame you there, Earlene. That's what I need to start doing, is buying pancake mix instead of making my own, because I know they'll turn out better. I think I do have the EnerG, or I do have some pancakes. That's right, I did show you. I have some pancake mix I bought at Kroger's once. I'm going to have to get that out and start making some pancakes with that. At least I know they won't be flawed. They'll taste a lot better. But anyway, I just thought I'd come on for a little bit, show you what I made. And like I said, tomorrow I may come in here and make some ice cream in my ice cream maker and show you how it's made. I'm going to have to figure out how to set my tripod up on the stove so I can aim it down into the ice cream maker so you can watch its turn. But anyway, I think I'm going to go for now. But I thank you all for coming on and following me. Those that aren't following me, and those that are, thank you very much. I hope what's left of your day is a blessed one. And until we meet again, take care. God bless, and bye-bye.